Salam and hello everybody. I hope you're all doing really well today. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well, thank you. So for today's video, we've got a cook and chat and we're going to be making paranthe or parathe or however you say it. And they're basically chapatis, but very buttery, oily chapatis. So if you're looking for something healthy, this ain't it. Just click off this video right now. But if you're looking for indulgence, fatty goodness, this is where you want to be. So yeah, I'm going to make some paranthe and I'm going to do like a breakfast version. But it's not really a breakfast version. Paranthe are the same whether you have them for lunch, dinner, breakfast. But I'm going to make some fried eggs with it. And I actually bought some pink tea, like some ready-made pink tea. I actually bought this pink Kashmiri tea to try out. It's the Alangir brand. It was $1.99 from Worldwide. Never tried it, don't know if it's any good, but yeah, I thought I'd make like a breakfast paratha with fried eggs and some pink chai. But paranthe and fried eggs really remind me of Ramadan. So in our household growing up, in my parents' house, we used to have a lot of fried eggs with paranthe for suhoor, so the early morning breakfast that you'd have before keeping your fast. So like 3-4 in the morning, we're having like fried buttery chapatis with fried eggs, which were really tasty. Not the healthiest. They were filling, and like for the first few days when you first started fasting, it was too heavy on the tummy at that time, so we'd have a lot of tummy problems. But by the middle of Ramadan, our bellies had adjusted and we could just handle all sorts of fried food at that time. But anyway, yeah, it really reminds me of Ramadan and it's a really tasty, unhealthy, yummy breakfast. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start off by making the chapati dough and then make the paranthe, so the oily buttery chapatis, and then fry a few eggs and make the pink tea. And hopefully that'll be it. And then hopefully try it out. So anyway, let's go ahead and make the chapati dough. So I'm right next to the sink now. I just like to make my chapati dough in the sink, not directly in the sink. I've got this metal bowl. It's actually a bit weak. I need a sturdier, wide bowl for mixing my chapati dough and like naan dough and stuff, because it moves about a lot when I'm kneading it. So the chapati flour I'm using is this one. It's Chakki Gold Elephant Atta. I use about 500 grams and I make about, I think about 6-7 chapatis with that, which is enough for our family. I really like this chapati flour. I've tried to go back to like just the regular one after having this, but it was too grainy. So, gosh, it's converted me to Chakki Gold forever. But anyway, yeah, I'll measure out how much is actually going to be used in cups. I've got my measuring cups here. And then that'll give you a bit of an idea of, I don't know what, just how much I'm using really. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 4 cups of chapati flour. And I'm just using the back of the cup measuring thing to make a little well. So I'd put about 1 or 2 cups of water in there, but I'm just going to put the water straight into the well like that. So I just kind of fill it up, and because I'm at the sink I can just add more as I need to. So yeah, I'm just going to get stuck in with my hand and mix that up beautifully. So yeah, it's lunchtime now. It's not actually breakfast time, in case I fooled you. And I'm hungry, so I shouldn't actually be eating this because Ayub agrees that I shouldn't, because it's not healthy. But you know, one-off is for the sake of the video. I wouldn't do it just like that, you know. I don't just like to eat fatty food for no reason. There has to be a reason. And at the end of the day, I can just blame you, all of you. So yeah, the water I added wasn't loads, so I'll just add a bit more. And if I end up adding too much water, I can just add some extra flour in. But I don't have any of that flour left, so I just end up adding like plain flour if I really needed to. But because I know I've not got any flour left of this kind, I'm going to make sure, I shall ensure, inshallah, that I don't add too much water. So yeah, that's starting to pulled together a little bit better. So, because can you see the bowl? It's moving around too much, so it's a bit hard for me, but it's not too bad. So I think that looks about right. So just going to keep pressing it to make it, bring it together a bit more. I put Ayub in his high chair. I don't know if you can see. No, he's kind of just in his high chair. He's got sweet corn, he's got some cheese puffs, he's had juice, and he's just, mashallah, very active now. He's on the move, walking everywhere. What do you want, my dad? You want juice? Well, the juice is here. He likes to spill his juice now, so he'll drink a bit and then he'll just pour it everywhere. So I have to be a bit careful with giving him too much. Here you go, Dad. Here's your juice, my baby. There you go. You don't want the flour. He's looking at my hand like, I want to play with that. No, boy. You ain't playing with that. Excuse my dead looking face, by the way. I didn't put any makeup on. This is just my everyday face. Welcome to the real Shamsa. I tried to hide her all that time, but it came through. I just couldn't hide it anymore. Okay. Right, so it's looking alright, isn't it? Looking alright. So my hand's a bit too sticky, so I'm just gonna, I should have rolled this sleeve up. Not a good idea. So you need, I've just got my pinky finger, not as much flour on there. So let's try it like that. Okay, this hand's a bit too sticky. So what I like to do is pull the flour, not the flour, the dough kind of off it, yeah. You off your head, yeah. Yeah, so I'm just kind of pulling the dough off my hand. It's alright. And then I'm just going to wash the excess off. I'm not scraping all my dirt off to feed the family. Imagine. That's one thing that worries me about eating publicly. God knows what you're eating. Just a thought. Okay. So I'm just going to move that out of the way because I need to wash my hands now. But be careful when you wash your hands in the sink and you've got like big pieces of dough. You don't want them to get stuck in your sink. But mine is not too bad. Just got little pieces which are kind of dissolving along the way. Go on. Oh, beautiful and clean, mashallah, much better. Yep, beautiful and clean, beautiful, nice. I'm not going to dry my hands. I'm going to leave them wet like that, and then I can go ahead and knead the dough just like that. So I kind of grip my thumb in one hand. What is this motion? I don't know, it's just something I've learned growing up. And then you just press into the dough. I can't hear you, baby. I know I can't. And then bring it back. Okay, I can certainly hear him now. A little bit more. It's actually kneaded quite well, like it doesn't look too bad. This pan really does my head in though. I really need another one. I'm just going to hold it and do it with one hand for now, because do my head. So just keep kneading it until it's nice and smooth. Not really sticky. If the dough is too heavy and thick, just add a bit more water. If it's too loose, like I said, add some flour. Oh, that looks good, I think because I can't be bothered anymore. Sometimes I just end up stopping because I'm like, I can't be bothered kneading it anymore. I'll leave it at that. Slap it a few times. Beat it up a few times. No, joke. Just gonna tap it. That's done. I'm happy with that one. It's good one. So let's leave that on the side. I'll wash my hands again. And ideally you leave it for like at least like 30 minutes for the like dough to settle. And then when you kind of make the chapatis, they're just made nicer and the dough is nice and smooth. Because I don't have times right now, I'm just gonna use it like that. I'm just gonna pretend there's not a baby screaming in my background. Just gonna pretend he's not throwing things around. So yeah, so that's that bit done. Let's go ahead over to that side and start making our paratha. So I'm ready to make the paratha now. So I've got my dough here. I've got a rolling pin. I've got a knife. I've got some softened butter, so I just left some butter out this morning, and it's just nice and soft so that you can just kind of pick from it. So yeah, if you don't have soft butter, just pop it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, a minute, until it's just nice and soft, so you can just kind of swipe some butter. And then some plain flour to flour your surface, and very important, tawa, or like a large kind of frying pan to make your chapatis or paratha on. And I think we're good to go, beauties. So shall we go? Shall we? I'm nervous for no reason. So I'm just going to flour the surface. Clean surface. Make sure it's clean, not dirty. Right, just flour your surface and flour your hands like so. And I'm going to pick some dough from this pan. So like a palm full size. It really depends what kind of size you like. Seriously, it's all up to you, beauties. Seriously, I'm not one to dictate. I'm not. Each to their own. So basically, I've done something without even telling you what I'm doing. So I don't know if you saw that artwork that I just did. That top glass art. You can't have any dough, baby. So just kind of like press the dough into the center. Just yeah. No, Ayub. Just watch what I'm doing. Just, can you see? I'm doing that a few times and then spin it. I'm describing it so well. Baby, I can't give you dough. Why do you always want everything that I've got? Why? Have I not given you enough already? Yeah, just keep spinning it, not that many times, but spin it until you've got like that kind of ovally round shape. And then press the chapati a few times, not 10 times like I'm doing, in the flour. And then we're going to press the outside of it to flatten the chapati. So I've kind of flattened it like that so that when I roll it out, it's rolled out rounder. When I don't do that, it doesn't come out as round. So I've got my rolling pin now. Make sure there's enough flour on the chapati, otherwise it's going to stick. And then I'm going to roll it out, not fully, not to the full size I would make it, but like that size. Good description, eh? So yeah, a nice little round chapati. So just keep turning it. And that's what we've got. So this is not the full actual size I would want it. And then what I'm going to do, because we're not making just a normal chapati, we're making parathas or oily, buttery, fatty chapatis. We've got our softened butter in here. Pinch some butter, like steal a little bit, yeah, but don't tell anyone. And kind of just spread it on top. So like, obviously the more you put, the more fattier it's going to be, but also the tastier. Like it's just going to be so oily and nice. And this is a lot of butter. I know it is. You don't need to tell me, I know it's a lot of butter. But we're making some nice paratha, you know. Not just any old paratha. So I've just kind of spread the butter on top. Hopefully that's clear for you. And this is where the knife comes in handy, you know. I'm going to put a line through the chapati, but I'm going to stop at the centre. So, you know I like maths. But if you don't know, now you know. So this is the radius of the circle. Just cut half the diameter. Yeah, not all the way, halfway to the centre. And then just watch this artwork now, guys, mashallah. So this better not go wrong because I'm praising myself too much. Just kind of make like a collar. I like that name for it. Make a collar, and then we're gonna bring it round and enclose it into a kind of like strange V shape. So it looks like that. And then just kind of press it a little bit. So that's what we've got now. It's like two cones, kind of. And I'm going to do that circular thing that I did, like to make it into a round ball. I'm going to do that again. So starting off where one of the swirls is, bring it in and press it slightly. Do it again, turn the chapati round and press it in. round, press it in, round, press it in, round, press it in. You don't want to press it in too much because don't forget there's butter in there, so you don't want all the butter to kind of come to the surface. Some will, so be prepared. And then just roll it around in your hands and make that same oval shape. As you can see, we've got a little bit of butter peeping through here, but it's fine, it's all part of the taste, so it's okay. So all I'm going to do now is make the paratha just like you make normal chapatis. So I'm going to press it into some flour and press the edges again so that it's nice and round. And then again, make sure you've got enough floured surface. And we're going to roll our chapati out to the full size that we want it. So if it's a bit too sticky, just put a bit of flour on it, it's okay. Just be a little bit careful so that it's not really messy. Ideally at this stage I should have turned the tawa on, like the pan, but I didn't, but I'll do that now. Okay then. And I'm going to put it on like a medium high heat. When I put it too high, like it just burns the chapati or paratha too quickly. I think I'm happy with the way the paratha's looking. So I've got my tawa on frying pan and it's nice and warm, nice and hot. So I'm just going to grab my chapati and carefully place it onto the tawa. I don't really need to make it any bigger. I think I'm happy with the size that it is. And yeah, just pop it on top. And it's on a low heat right now. I'll put it on like a medium-ish heat. You can hear the sizzling if I stop talking. That's the butter that's the little bit of butter that leaked out. And in case you felt like there wasn't enough butter, we're going to put some more on. So as we turn this paratha around a few times, just to make it really buttery and nice, you can just kind of spread some more butter over the top. Obviously this is optional. If you care about your health, don't do it. It smells so nice. So you can turn it around. Oh, that was hot. So I'm gonna already make a bit of a start with the butter on the chapati. Turn it around again. Smells good, doesn't it, Ayub? So I put extra butter on both sides. I think I'll stop at that, like I won't put any extra layers of butter on.
Ba.
Yeah, ba. Paratha, ba.
Ba.
Bamba. So yeah, it's looking great, looking beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Look at that sizzling buttery fattiness. I think I'm happy with the way that looks. So I'm just going to remove that from the tawa. Pop it on this cloth here, like so. And that's my paratha ready. Well, one. I won't make the rest now, I'll make them later. Turn this off for now. Pop that to the side. There it is. So the paratha is ready now, and now I'm going to fry some eggs, which is really easy. So I've turned the cooker back on. I'm also boiling some water for the tea, the pink tea. So put a bit of oil in a pan. What does it matter at this stage? Put a lot of oil in. And yeah. I should have really fried them separately. but I can't be bothered. The paratha smells so good, mashallah, and my tummy wants it, like really wants it badly. So you don't have to flip your eggs over. I like my yolk intact, which it looks like it's not going to be the way I'm flipping it around. Yeah, so you can have them sunny side up or whatever, but I like to flip mine and cook them a bit. But what Akil usually does, he kind of just pours oil, not pours, like gets a bit of oil with a spoon and kind of sprinkles it over the top so it kind of cooks the top. So they're pretty much fried, so I'm going to turn that off, pop them onto this plate here. That's that done. So now I'm going to make the pink tea. So here's my tub of ready bought pink tea herbs. It says the ingredients are mixed herbs. It doesn't tell you which kind, what's in there, nothing. It smells strong though. So first of all, I need to boil 1.5 cup of water. I boiled it, so I'm just going to add it to this pan. So 1 cup. It's okay, darling. And 1/2, yeah. So it says in a pan, add 1.5 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and bring it to the boil. So I'll add the sugar. Add 2 teaspoons of instant pink Kashmiri tea and boil for 4 minutes on medium heat. So 4 teaspoons of this beauty right here. I should actually use the actual measuring teaspoon thing, but it's fine. Should be approximate. Oh, look how red that is. Nice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So about 4 minutes, leave that boiling. And after that, it says, using a sieve, remove the tea from the water, leaving only the water in the pan. And then add 1.5 cup of milk to water and boil for 3 to 4 minutes. And your pink tea is ready. I'm also going to add some cardamom pods and a cinnamon stick, or like a bit of a cinnamon stick. So I've got this little bit left over, just put a bit of that in. I don't know if it's got cardamom or cinnamon in there, because it doesn't say, it just says mixed herbs. So if I'm adding extra, it's not my fault, it says. So I think we're ready to sieve this. So I've got this glass jug here. I've not got one of the smaller sieves, so I'll just use this one. And try not to be too dangerous. Let's sieve it into here. It's a lot of herbs and stuff, isn't it? It's just going everywhere, all over the cooker. Right, so that's that. I'm going to pour this back in the pan. Add 1.5 cup of milk and boil for 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to add some milk in. So 1. Ooh, so pretty and pink. And 1/2. And then you just bring it to the boil for like 3 to 4 minutes, and I think it's ready now. That's nice and bubbling. I'm just going to turn it off now. Done. So I'm going to serve the tea in this mug. Please excuse the funnel, it looks a bit extra, but I make a mess otherwise. I'll probably still make a mess with it. You see? Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Very pink themed. So I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of salt and pepper on the eggs. That's beautiful, that's great, and our breakfast paratha and eggs and pink tea is ready. Smells and looks delicious. So my paratha and eggs and pink tea is ready, and I can't wait to tuck in. Smells nice, mashallah. Let me taste it, see if I like it. Bismillah. That's tasty. Like, I've had pink tea before, I've not had loads, so I've not got much to compare it to, but it's got a nice flavour and I can imagine it being filling at breakfast time. So I'm going to try some of the paratha, just breaking a bit off, having it with some of the egg. So I like to just have the yolk, the runny yolk, love runny yolk, and a bit of the egg white. Bismillah. Mashallah, that is really, really tasty, made well, alhamdulillah. And it just takes me right to Ramadan Sahri time, or like a fancy breakfast on like a weekend. But anyway, that's my cook and chat video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna carry on and enjoy this food. I may share some with the kids because they're about to come back from school now. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Well done if you got this far. Have fun making your paratha, your eggs and your pink tea. Give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and inshallah see you soon. Take care, salam, bye.